What's good, my peeps? Listen, I'm about to talk about your favorite topic. The only topic people find important in this day and age. And we've been talking about this for like decades, and I'm so tired of the monotonous ass information that we keep getting. It's the same old, same old, same old. We're going to be talking about relationships. The one thing that everybody loves, but nobody have an answer for. They keep giving you the same dry ass information that ain't really changing nobody's thoughts. Everybody keep falling back in that same monotonous type of behavior. Ain't nobody changing the thought process. Keep doing the same thing. Oh, they said go to the Bible, go to your pastor, go listen to Big Mama, go to auntie and uncle. They've been together forever. Those perpetuating, feelings and thought processes are just what? You just persisting in the same spot, not moving no damn where. I'm gonna be real with you. This relationship topic is getting old because now it gotta be about how much money you make, what you buying, what you offering. Then we talk about who fault it is because the relationship ain't working. Who did this? Why men cheat? Why women cheat? Men don't cheat. All these different things that are so irritating, but ain't nobody really getting to the root of it. Ain't nobody getting to the root. They say, oh, let me teach you how to be a virtuous woman. Let me bring up some scriptures. Let me teach you how to be a man to God. All of this gibberish, but ain't nobody saying the root of why relationships fail. Why relationships don't work out. Ain't nobody telling you to dig. They just telling you everything that's surface. That everything that everybody's talking about. Do you know what that's called when everybody doing the same old thing? For me, it's just like everybody who got an iPhone. They got a disease because somebody got one, everybody got to get one. People don't have their own mind. People don't think for themselves. They under this programming, people. Understand this. What I'm talking about is this. I'm talking about pure intentional alignment. Ain't nobody said that. And if they did say it, it ain't being heard loud enough. Alignment is the most important thing in anything that you do. You understand what I'm saying? People are not trying to find self. When we came here, we lost a lot. We try to remember what we lost. But every time we decide to intertwine ourselves into a relationship, it does nothing but create more trauma. So I'm going to give y'all 2 books y'all need to go read, really read, and understand that speak about trauma, speak about epigenetics, speak about a lot of things that a lot of people ain't going to tell you. This world that we live in is a mind fuck. You got to get control of the mind. You got to learn how to navigate that way. The 2 big books I'm talking about is going to be Nicole LaPera, How to Do the Work. Exceptional book. Read it a multitude of times. And another book I just got last year is called Break the Cycle. And her name is Marielle Bouquet. Beautiful lady. Found her on YouTube. But that book, Break the Cycle, talk about 7 generations of trauma. I just want to lay that right there with y'all to say how deep that is. 7 generations. And she talks about epigenetics too. That's something that Bruce Lipton and Joe Dispenza speak about. It's a mental game, people. Y'all sit up here thinking this what we live in is all physical. No, it's a mental. Yeah, we spiritual people living out a physical experience, yes. But understand, don't forget the spiritual part. Ain't nobody telling you about the trauma you must heal, what you must do, how you must see your life, how you got to find what you're connected to. Ain't nothing outside of you. Everything is inside of you. Ain't nobody telling you that. They just telling you, go to the Bible, go to your pastor, do this, pray. If that ain't working, you got to try something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that ain't working because that don't work for everybody. Because a person don't know how to maintain themselves mentally. Every time you engage with somebody and you ain't healing self or finding a way to heal, or people ain't giving you a community or opening to heal and be transparent and honest without judgment, you ain't doing nothing but creating more trauma. So when people talk about relationship, they ain't getting to the root. You got to heal thyself. And if ain't nobody healing self, what do you think you're going to get more of in a relationship? Unhealed individuals or people who not even attempting. We're not going to say try, because try is a straight up word you don't want to use in your vocabulary anymore. Resistance and struggle. That's all that means. Look it up yourself. You'll see what it's directly connected to. So don't do that. But the point I'm making is, ain't nobody telling you about the mind. Ain't nobody telling you about the subconscious, unconscious, conscious mind. Ain't nobody telling you that. Ain't nobody telling you that. So more trauma that you deal with that you don't want to deal with, you put it in the what? unconscious mind. Subconscious mind control your life. 95% of what you do is through the subconscious. So you have to retrain that. So ain't nobody telling you got to do that if you want something productive in life. You want a productive relationship. Retrain that subconscious mind to do exactly what you needed to do in a productive way. Are they telling y'all that? No, they telling you, oh, go to the Bible, just pray. That ain't it. You got to do the work. You got to change your mental. You got to switch it out. You got to get control of this. That's why people fell on diets. That's why people fell in relationships. That's why people fell in a lot. Subconscious mind dictates everything. And if you're under programming, strong programming, you got work to do. We always looking for somebody to save us. That's a problem too. You're the only person that can save you. You're the only person that can do anything when it comes to that. Stop listening to other people tell you what you need to be waiting on. I'm waiting on Jesus to come. What? What if I told you it's already back? That energy that you're looking for is already back. That consciousness is right here waiting for you to tap into it. But you won't. Because those intuitive thoughts you have, you let them bypass you all the time because you're missing that second that when you have that thought, what you do, you go straight to the subconscious, like the subconscious takeover, bam. That intuitive thought that comes and tell you don't do that. No, I don't need to do this. Stay off that diet. Do this. And you never listen to it. No, it can't be that simple. Life is simple when you understand. And like I said, they tell you, go to the Bible for this. Go to the Bible for that. Right? They give you all these scriptures. But understand this, in order to understand that Bible got to sometimes be decoded just as you have to be decoded because it's all part of the program, right? So if you're programmed, you're going to understand how a programmed person understands it. But if you decode self and decode the Bible, you're going to be able to look at these scriptures totally different than how they were given to you. And they were given to you for control purposes. Not for you to be free, not for you to have freedom of choice, for you to have controlled, to be controlled. Like real talk. Listen, I want y'all to understand something. Stop having these relationship conversations if you ain't about making you a better person. If you ain't trying to operate on the highest version of self, get to that level of Christ consciousness, because when they speak about Christ was so conscious. This is why people say, oh, let's worship Christ. No, you're supposed to follow the footsteps. That was a understanding of listen to what I did and see what I did. You could do just as well or do better. That's what was said, right? So if you don't believe that you got power, the power within you to do all that you want, all that you desire, then I guess don't believe it. But I'm not living in a place where they limiting me to what I can't do. I could do all things, right? All things, anything I want. I'm a fractal of the source, just like everybody else who's watching this video. You're a fractal of that source that we serve, that we call God, that we call the infinite. You understand? You're a fractal of that. So if I was creating the imagery, I'm going to operate like it's supposed to. I'm not going to let nobody hold me back or control what I do. I'm just speaking facts, y'all. Y'all got to figure this out. If y'all continue to live the way that you're living, what do you think going to keep happening? The same monotonous thing. If you don't want more, if you don't see life and try to achieve life and find what was lost and operate on a higher version of self, you're going to continue to be stuck in a loop. Trust and believe that. The relationship problems goes deeper than just a book called the Bible. If you're not finding yourself, if you're not going within yourself to get the answers to everything that you need, then you're just stuck. So stop having those monotonous relationship conversations and start working on self. Find value in self. Find value in being in silence and being alone to get the answers you need so the intuitive nature of you can speak. And the intuitive nature I'm talking about is the God that's within you. Understand that. You're going to start to hear those things that you need to hear. Seriously. Start taking heed to it. Because they ain't going to give you that information. They're not supposed to. But I'm giving it to you. We just ate. And I love y'all. Like I always say, see it different, do something different. And you'll definitely do what? Get a different outcome. Till next time. I love y'all. Bows.